Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to the session of Theory of Computation or Formal Languages and Automata Theory. So, in today's session, we will discuss how the Turing machine can be used to perform different operations. Okay, so here we will see how to construct a Turing machine to perform addition, subtraction, and multiplication of two given numbers. Okay, so let us start our discussion with the construction of the Turing machine that performs the addition of two numbers. Okay, so first thing here is that let me explain the logic first. So first input will be A, and I am considering that A as a 2, and the next input will be B, and I am considering the B value as 3. Okay, now so while constructing the Turing machine for such operation, what we do here is that we represent input A by using the number of ones. Okay, so here if you could see A value is 2, so to represent 2 we are using two ones. Okay, and next one B value, the V value which is there is 3, so to represent that 3 we are using three ones. Okay, so here the number of ones will specify the value of that input. Okay, so that is the first thing. So how we are representing the input. Okay, next here is that generally if we take an input tape, so that input tape must have these two inputs, right? So it has to take these two inputs, right? So these two inputs must be separated by some delimiter, right? So that's why I have taken the delimiter as a hash. Okay, so you could take any delimiter symbol except blanks. Okay, so let me consider here I am having the blanks in the input tape. Okay, followed by that I am having the input A, which is nothing but two ones, so represent those two ones after the blank. So to represent the end of input A, we are using a delimiter, that is hash. Okay, so after that hash we will represent the second input. What is the second input? B. So where here we are representing the B with three ones. Okay, done. So this is how we are using the input tape for storing the two inputs. Okay, done. So here if you could see, we are having certain blanks. After the blanks we are having that input A, this part is called as input A. Then after that we are having a hash, okay, which is acts as a delimiter, and next one after the hash we are having the second part of the input, that is B. Okay, now so this is the representing the input in the input tape, right? Now uh, how do we perform the addition? So to perform the addition, what we will do here is we will count the number of ones here. So the addition result will be 5. Okay, so how we are going to get 5 means we have to count this number of ones. Okay, so we have to convert this 1 1 hash 1 1 1 into 5 ones. Okay, so that the result will be 5 for this given input. Okay, so how do we do this? So first thing, start from initial state q naught. Okay, and head pointing towards the first one. Okay, first one in the input A. Okay, so whenever you get the 1 in q naught, replace that 1 with a blank. Okay, done. Okay, and move the head towards right. Okay, so we have to keep on move the head towards right until we get a hash. Okay, until we get a delimiter. So I am repeating once again. So whenever we start with first one, okay, in state q naught, replace that input 1 with a blank and move the head towards right. Okay, while moving the head towards right, if you get any ones, keep that one as it is. Okay, so keep on moving the right until we get a hash. Okay, so the moment when we get hash, we will replace that hash with 1. Okay, with 1. Done. And we move the head towards right. Okay, so during moving the head towards right, if we get any ones, keep that ones as it is and move the head towards right. Okay, until we get a blank character. Okay, so once we get a blank character, keep that blank as it is and move the head towards right. Okay, and stop at that point of time. Okay, so the moment when we get a blank, we will stop there, the Turing machine will halt there. Okay, and if you examine the contents of input tape, in this case it is consisting of 5 ones. Okay, so just the logic here is that first one what we read from the input tape, mark it as B, that means replace that one with B, and keep on moving the head towards right until we get a hash. Okay, so what we have to do here is whenever we get a hash delimiter, convert it into 1. Okay, so why we are converting it into 1 means we are making the number of 1 equal to the result of that given inputs, right? So here the inputs are 2, 3, right? So the addition result must be 5 ones, right? So what we are doing, we are making the first one as a blank and we are converting the hash into 1. Okay. So the moment when we convert hash into 1, it is making the number of ones as 5. Okay. So at the end of the input, we will be in final state, and if you examine this the content of the tape, you could find the number of ones which are 5. Okay, so here how we implement the Turing machine. So in q naught, it is the initial state. In q naught, if we get 1, so if we read first one in q naught, replace that 1 with a blank and move the head towards right. Okay, so we will move from state q naught to q1. Okay, so while moving towards right, that means in q1 if you get any ones, keep them as it is, keep those ones as it is and move the head towards right. So in q1 we simply keep on moving the head towards right. Okay, uh, until we get a hash. Okay, so in q1 if we get a hash, that is delimiter, we replace that hash with a 1 and move the head towards right. Okay, then and we'll also move from state q1 to q2. Okay, so in q2 what we will do, we simply keep on moving the head towards right until we get a blank. Okay, so during the movement of head towards right, if we get any ones, we keep those ones as it is and we still move the head towards right. Okay, so in q2 we are having a self transition on 1. Okay, so it means in q2 when we get ones, we keep that one as it is and move the head towards right. Okay, so until we get a blank character. So in q2 if we get a blank character, then keep that blank as it is and move the head towards right. So whenever you get a blank character, you may move the head towards either left or right, so it's your choice. So I have taken just movement of head towards right. Okay, and we move from state q2 to q3. Okay, so this is the a Turing machine that performs the addition of two numbers. Okay, so let me give another example for this here. So once you understood this logic, you could able to implement the Turing machine for subtraction, multiplication also. So let me consider the input tape we are having blank. So here I am taking uh, a value as 2 and b value as 2. So a part we are representing with two ones, then delimiter, then second input that is representing with two ones. Okay, and then we are having the blank here. Okay, so here I am considering a value as 2 and b value as also 2. Okay, so what will be the result? Result will be 4. That means at the end we must get 4 ones on the input tape, right? So how we are doing here? So whenever we scan the first input as 1 in q naught, we replace that 1 with a blank and move the head towards right. Okay, so while moving the head towards right, we will keep that 1 as it is and still we move the head towards right. Okay, so we got 1, so we keep that 1 as it is and move the head towards right. So on encountering this hash, we replace that hash with a 1. Okay, and we move the head towards right. Okay, So also in Q2, if we get 1, we keep that one as it is and move the head towards right. So if we move towards right, we will get another one. In Q2, if we get another one, we keep that one as it is and we still move the head towards right. Okay. So in Q2, if we get a blank, uh, keep that blank as it is and move the head towards right, and also change the state from Q2 to Q3. Okay. So if you observe the input tape, it is having blank blank 1 1 1 1. So four ones. Okay, and we are in a state Q3. Okay, so here this is the state in which the Turing machine halts. Okay, and we are considering that state as a final state, right? So here, since we reach the final state and whatever the content is there on the input tape, that will give the output. So we are having four ones means the result of the addition is 4. Okay. So this is how do we implement the logic for the addition. Okay. Done. Next one. Design a Turing machine to perform the subtraction of two numbers. Okay. So here we have to perform the subtraction of two numbers. So to perform this subtraction, we have this function f of mn is equal to m is greater than n, then the result must be m minus n. If m value is less than or equal to n, the result must be 0. Okay, so in this manner we have to perform the addition, right? So here if m value is greater than n, we must get the subtraction result. If m value is less than or equal to n, then we must get the result as 0. Okay, so how do we perform the subtraction? So same, m I am considering here as 3, n I am considering here as 2. Okay, so m minus n, that means 3 minus 2, the result will be 1. Okay, so this is general subtraction, right? So while implementing the Turing machine for this particular problem, first we are representing the m in terms of number of ones here. So what is the m value we are having here? 3. So here I am representing 3 with 3 ones. Okay, and next n value here is 2, so I am representing 2 with 2 ones. Okay, and when we perform the subtraction, the result must be 1. Okay, the result must be 1. That means input tape must have this only 1. Okay, on the tape. Okay, so this is one case. Next case 2, here I am considering the m value as 2 and n value as 4. Okay, so here I have represented the m value with 1 1, since m value is 2, and n I am representing with 4 ones. Okay, because the n value is 4, right? So here if you observe, m value is less than n, so the result must be 0. That means the input tape must not contain any ones. Okay, so it must have something like 0 symbol onto the input tape. Okay, so how do we implement the Turing machine for this particular type of problem, right? So let me take an input tape here. So if you observe, I have taken the input tape here, so which is having blank followed by input m. Okay, and then delimiter. So already that why we are using the delimiter here is because it is used for separating the inputs, right? So m followed by hash followed by n. So 3 ones followed by hash followed by 1 1, that is representing the input n, and then we are having the blank characters, right? So how do we implement the Turing machine here after storing this input? After storing this input, so just observe here. So here what we will do here is that we will cancel the 1 which is there in m with 1 which is there in n. Okay, so let me take the first symbol. Okay, so what is the first input symbol that I am having? 1. Okay, so I am considering this 1 in m, and I will cancel this 1 with last one which is there in n. Okay, so this one, first one, I am cancelling it with last one which is there in n. Okay, next one. So next one I am having another one, that is second one in m. I am cancelling this one with respect to the second last one in n. Okay, and then here I am having third one in m. So I do not have any ones in n to cancel. So what I will do here is that uh, I will simply mark this one with blank, okay, and replace this hash with one, okay, okay. So this is how do we perform the subtraction, right? So at the end, if you observe this input tape, it is consisting of one, okay. Remaining all cells are blanks, okay. So just what we are doing here is that we are cancelling the first one in m with the last one in n, okay. So we have to cancel the ones which are there in m with the number of ones in n, okay. So in the case whenever we get m value is greater than n, we are going to get some positive result, right? So in the case if the m value is less than n, the result must be 0, okay. So let me take that case also here. So blank. So here I am taking the m value as 2. So 2 ones, blank, okay. Then 1, sorry, here we are having this hash delimiter. Next 4 ones, 1, 1, 1 and blank. Okay. So what we will do, we will cancel this one in m, cancel this one in m with the last one in n. We cancel this one with last one in n. Okay. So here, if you observe here, we are not having any more ones in m to cancel with the number of ones with n. So in this case, what we will do, we will convert this hash to 0 and we will mark all the ones which are there in n with blanks. Okay, with blanks. So this is how we perform this subtraction. Okay. So let us discuss the logic for this subtraction here. So the next question is that how do we cancel these ones? So let me take the input is consisting of 1 1, then we have hash, okay, then we have 1, then we have 1, then we have blank and blank. Okay. So first thing, we will start with q naught, and if the input is 1, what we have to do here is that we will convert that 1 to blank, okay, and move the head towards right, okay. So while moving the head towards right, if we get 1, keep that 1 as it is, right? So we keep on moving the head towards right until we get a blank, right? So here if we observe, the next symbol is 1, so keep that 1 as it is, move the head towards right. The next input is 1, keep them as it is and move the head towards right. Hash, keep it as it is, move the head towards right. 1, keep it as it is, move towards right. Keep 1 as it is, move the head towards right, and next one is blank. Okay. So once we get a blank, we move the head towards left. Okay. So why we are searching for a blank means we are searching for a blank because we want the last symbol in n. Okay. So how do we find out the last symbol which is there in the n? So for that, what we have to do here is that first we have to find out the blank. So once we get a blank, if we move the head towards left, we will get a last symbol or last one which is there in n. Okay, so the moment when we get a blank, we move the head towards left. Okay, the moment when we move the head towards left, we will get the 1. Okay, so we replace that 1 with a blank. Okay, we replace that 1 with a blank and move the head towards left. Okay, so here what we have to do here is that we have to move the head towards left until we get a blank. Okay, so while moving the head towards left, keep those ones as it is, hash as it is. Okay, so why we are moving the head towards left in search of blank? Because we are moving the head towards left to find out the second one in M. Okay, so how do we find out the next one which is there in M? So the first thing is that you have to find out the blank, and once you get a blank, if you move the head towards right, we will get a next one which is there in M. Okay, so if you see, while moving the head towards left, we get 1, keep that 1 as it is. Then we get a hash, keep that hash as it is, move towards left, 1, move towards left, 1, move towards left, and next blank. The moment when we get a blank, move the head towards right. Okay, so move the head towards right. Now what is the input that we are having? 1. So replace that 1 with a blank and move the head towards right. Okay, so we have to move this head towards right until we get a blank symbol. Okay, so while moving towards right, keep that 1 and hash as it is. So 1, keep that as it is, hash, keep that hash as it is, 1, keep that 1 as it is, and then blank. So next we got a blank, so keep uh, that blank as it is and move the head towards right. Okay, so when we move the head towards right, if we get a 1, we replace that 1 with a blank and move the head towards left. Okay, so when we move the head towards left, we get a hash, keep that hash as it is. Next we get 1, keep that 1 as it is, and then we get a blank. So the moment when you get a blank, move the head towards right. Okay, so when we move the head towards right, we get a 1, replace that 1 with a blank. Okay, and move the head towards right. Okay, so here we get a hash, then move the head towards right, we get a blank. So here, if we move the head towards left, we get a hash. Okay, so when we get a hash immediately after the blank during the left move of a head, that indicates that the input has been processed. Okay, the entire input has been processed. So what we have to do here is that we have to convert this hash into 1. Okay, we have to convert this hash into 1. Okay, so this is how we perform this subtraction. So let us consider the state transition diagram here. So first thing, we'll take the same thing here to better understand this. 1, 1, taking 1, then hash 1, 1, blank, blank. So just examine here. So we will start with Q naught and the head is pointing to 1. Okay, so in Q naught, if we get 1, means replace that 1 with a blank. Okay, replace that 1 with a blank and move the head towards right. Okay, done. And also we will move from state Q naught to Q1. Okay, so Q naught to Q1. So in Q1, if we get any 1, keep that 1 as it is and move the head towards right. Okay, so in Q1 we are having self transition on 1. That is, if we get 1 in Q1, keep that 1 as it is and move the head towards right. Okay, so we got 1 So keep that one as it is and move the header towards right. Okay, so if you consider the input type, it is now pointing to 1 and we are in state q1, right? So in q1 if we get 1, keep that one as it is and move the header towards right. Okay, done. So on moving the header towards right, we got the symbol as hash and we are in state q1. Okay, so in q1 if we get hash, keep that hash as it is and move towards right. Okay, so next one. So in q1 if we get 1, keep that one as it is, move towards right. And again if we get 1, keep that one as it is, move towards right. And then if we get a blank, what we have to do, we have to move the head towards left, right? So in q1 if we get a blank, keep that blank as it is and move the head towards left. Okay, and also change from state q1 to q2. So we are in q2. Okay, so in q1 we got a blank. So what we have done here is we kept that blank as it is and move the head towards left. Okay, and move the head towards left. Now move the head towards left. So now if we observe this, we are in state q2. Okay, and the input that is pointed out by head is 1. Okay, so in q2 if we get a 1, replace that 1 with a blank and move the head towards left. Okay, so as I already explained the logic, that after marking the first one with a blank, we keep on moving the head towards right until we get a blank. Okay, so after getting a blank, if we move the head towards left, we will get last symbol in n. Okay, so that is nothing but last one in n, which we are marking it as a blank. Okay, so in q2 if we get 1, we convert that 1 into blank. That means we replace that 1 with a blank and move the head towards left, and also move from state q2 to q3. Okay, q2 to q3. Okay, done. So now if we observe this input tape, now it is pointing to 1 and we are in state q3. So while moving the head towards left, if we get 1, keep that 1 as it is and still move the head towards left. Okay, so in q3 if we get 1, keep that 1 as it is. If we get hash, keep that hash as it is, move towards left. If we get 1, keep that 1 as it is, move towards left. 1, keep it as it is, move towards left. And then in q3 if we get a blank, means what we have to do, we have to move the head towards right. Okay, so that we will get next one which is there in the input m. Okay, input m, and same that process is repeated. So that's why in q3 if we get a blank, we are keeping that blank as it is and moving the head towards right and changing the state from q3 to q0. Okay, so why we have made a transition from q3 to q0? Because in q3 if we get a blank, we have to move the head towards right, so that the next marking of 1 to the blank again begins. Okay, or that procedure is repeated. So that's why we are making a transition from q3 to q0, because this is the state q0 from where we started the process of cancelling the 1 in m with respect to the 1 in n. So that's why we had a transition from q3 on blank towards q0. Okay, so if we repeat the process, we will get like this. So here q0, 1 will be converted to blank. We move the head towards right, so this one will be converted to blank. We move the head towards left, this one will be converted to blank. Okay, and then so here if you see, uh, if we move the head towards right, what will happen, we will get hash. Then if we further move the head towards right, we will get a blank, right? So in q2 if we get a hash, in q2 if we get a hash, what we are doing here is that it indicates that we have cancelled all the ones in n with respect to the number of ones in m. Okay, so when we get hash in q2, we replace that hash with a 1 and move from state q2 to q4. Okay, and also we will move the header towards right. Okay, so here in q2 if we get hash, we replace that hash with a 1. Okay, and move the header towards right and move the state from q2 to q4. We are changing the state from q2 to q4. Okay, so this is the case when we are having something like m value is greater than n. Okay, done. Okay, so in q2 if we get hash means we have completed the cancelling of all ones in n with respect to number of ones in m. Okay, so at this point of time what we will do, whatever the hash is there, we convert that hash into 1. Okay, so that will gives the number of ones which are there in a input tape, and that will be taken as a result. Okay, then next one, next case. So here let me consider the second case. Now I am taking the m value as 1 and n value as 2. Okay, now see what will happen. So we start with q naught. Okay, we convert this first one with a blank. Okay, and we move the header towards right. Okay, so in q1 if we get hash, keep that hash as it is, move towards right, and 1 move towards right, 1 move towards right. In q1 if we get a blank, okay, keep that blank as it is and move the head towards left. Okay, so on moving the head towards left we will get 1 here, replace that 1 with a blank. Okay, and change the state q2, change the state q2 and move the head towards left. Okay, so while moving towards left, if we get 1, keep that 1 as it is. So in q2 if we get 1, keep that 1 as it is. Okay, sorry, in q2 if we get a blank, replace in q2 if we get 1, replace that 1 with a blank, replace that 1 with a blank. Let me consider it. Okay, so this is the state. uh, so this is the state. So in q2 if we get 1, we replace that 1 with a blank and move the header towards left. Okay, so in q3, so consider that we are in q3 and if we get 1, keep that 1 as it is. If we get hash, keep that hash as it is. And in q3 if we get a blank, what we will do, we will go to the state q naught by keeping that blank as it is, and the head we will move towards right. Okay, so here you could see in q naught we got hash. Okay, so in q naught we got hash. So when we get hash in q naught, so whenever the m value is less than the n value, then we get hash in q naught. Okay, so in q naught if we get hash means what we have to do here is we have to replace that hash with 0. So here I will replace this hash with a 0. I will replace this hash with a 0 and move the header towards right. Okay, so while moving the header towards right, if I get any ones, so those ones are extra ones in n, so I replace those ones with blank by moving the header towards right. Okay, so see here, if you see this transition diagram in q naught, on getting hash, what I am doing, I am replacing that hash with 0, moving the header towards right and changing the state from q naught to q5. Okay, so while moving towards right, if I get any ones, I am simply converting that ones into the blanks and moving the header towards right. Okay, so I keep on doing this in the state q5 for subsequent ones. Okay, so in q5 if I get blank, I keep that blank as it is and move the head towards right, and also changes from Q5 to Q6. So Q6 I am marking here it as a final state. Okay. So in this case, if you observe the input tape, it is consisting of 0. Okay, blanks and 0. Okay. So this is the case 2, right? So here one point you could observe, if m value is greater than n, okay, so definitely in state Q2 we get hash, that hash will be replaced by 1, so that will gives the positive result of the subtraction. If m value is less than or equal to n, so what will happen in Q0, we will get hash. So at that point of time we replace that hash with a 0, and whatever the additional ones are there in n, we replace those n's with a blank. Okay, and we will go to the final state, okay, by producing the result as 0. Okay, so this is the Turing machine that performs a subtraction of two numbers based on the given function. Okay, so this is the subtraction.